I survived.
He survived the Joey Diaz experience.
You know, I got a text from Tom Segura. Tom, right?
Yeah.
And I said, because he asked me, we were backstage about to go on stage at the main room, and he's like, I want you to do my podcast, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, awesome. And then we were texting just about my schedule with him. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see Joey Diaz, da 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 da. And he's like, dude, fucking gummy bears, watch out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't understand what he was talking about. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? I honestly didn't, like, I was like, whatever, I don't know what you're talking about. And then once I got there, you know, I smoke weed sometimes. You know, I don't smoke all the time, but I like to smoke weed sometimes. But as far as the edibles, I'm like, Dean Gelber is like giving me some like pot stuff, but like cookies and shit. But then like he was eating these gummy bears and they're in a bag. And I was like going, fuck, okay. And he gave me just like an ear or some shit. And that was it. And then I was just like talking him. And then like literally I couldn't talk anymore. I couldn't talk.
So you only
and
ate a part of it, right?
Only ate a half of one.
Well,
and
he's got some that...
I had to leave.
He's got some that are like 500 milligrams, which is just insane. So you probably had half of that, which is like 250, which is fucking insane. That's an insane amount of weed. But unless you're an OG.
Yeah, I had done mushrooms once before when I was younger, and it felt like that.
Yeah, well, that's to the risk of repeating myself over and over again, which I do all the time. But when you eat marijuana, it's processed by your liver and it produces something called 11-hydroxy metabolite. It's a totally different psychoactive substance that's 4 to 5 times more psychoactive than THC. So that's why it hits you like that, and that's why people think they got dosed, because when you smoke pot, the 11, it's not psychoactive, but when you eat it, it's processed by your liver. It's something called a 1-pass. And that's how it produces that.
Yeah, and I can't believe he let me drive home. Like, seriously. I mean, I could have, like, because when I was driving home, I was like, dude, I got to go. Like, I stopped. I go, I can't answer your questions. And I said, I have to go. And I left, and I drove out, and he let me drive. Like,
you got to understand, Joey Diaz found his mother dead on the kitchen floor when he was on acid when he was 13. He would let you fly a fucking plane on those things. He doesn't give a shit. He's just like, you'll figure it out, cocksucker.
But anyways.
So when did it hit you? Like, you did a podcast, like how deep into
probably
it?
15 minutes into it. And I couldn't speak. I had to stop. Like, I couldn't speak.
Did he ever release the podcast?
I don't know. I think he did the audio, but not the video.
Oh.
I told him not to do the video because I couldn't answer any questions.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see myself that fucked up where I can't even talk. Yeah, those edibles are fucking terrifying. They're goddamn terrifying.
Eating them like they're like, you know, Skittles or some shit.
He's a different type of human. Well, there's a lot of those people now because edibles and marijuana has been legal for so long. There's so many medical patients in California that you get these people that have insane tolerances. And they're just doing dabs and eating cookies and just like, Jesus. Just like they go down a hole.
You know, the whole marijuana movement and that whole thing is so much different than when I was growing up. You know, when I grew up, we used to like, you know, smoke it. We'd go to the beach and we'd put a towel over us and we'd hide it. Now, like last night, I was at the Funny or Die party, and it was the 10th anniversary, and I was just walking around. It just smells like weed everywhere.
Yeah,
it's just very normal now. Like, you know, that like. I don't know. That's just the way.
Well, I think it's good because it's just like drinking is normal.
Yeah,
you know, you walk by the bar or the comedy store, you see a bunch of people having a couple of drinks. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
About time, man.